Hi guys. I'm gonna wait for a couple of you guys to come on. I am completely frozen today. I cannot move because I am too cold, but I can fix my hair. I have a couple interesting things to tell you guys today that I read in my book. Oopsies. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Hi guys. Okay, day 6 is here. So we're gonna talk about some stuff. I am cuddled up in a blanket because I am like, today guys, I'm freezing. I am so cold today. So if you guys are as cold as me, bundle up in your blanket. I didn't even want to move to get off the blanket to get my tripod and come sit here because I was so cold. Are you guys on day 6 today? Again, whoever's watching, who's doing OMAD and who's doing water fasting, let me know. I want to tell you guys something interesting. So I've been reading this book, right, for a while. I'm almost done the book. Hi, Patricia, Borracho, Dimitri. Dimitri is doing OMAD. I read something crazy today that I actually didn't know. Hi, Rahma. So apparently, our insulin actually spikes when we're expecting food. Hi, Val. Yeah, so I was worried about breaking my fast, but you guys can keep us going. Don't worry, you can keep going. If you break it, it's not a big deal. So I was reading this. I would like to know how much weight I've lost in the past 6 days. I don't know, how much weight have you lost? Day 5 for you? Yeah, I'm on day 6. So I was reading about this, right? Because we always talking about spiking insulin and those types of things. So I figured out that your insulin actually spikes before you even eat food. So let's say you go to a restaurant and the waitress is coming with the food, or you're expecting your food and things like that. Your insulin's actually gonna spike and you're gonna start to salivate before you even before you even eat the food, which I thought was crazy because we're here fasting, trying to not spike our insulin, but our insulin apparently, according to this book, spikes when you're expecting the food. So that's crazy. I've been reading this, like there's so many things I screenshotted yesterday that I wanted to talk about today, but I should have put bookmarks on it. What kind of questions do you have for me today about anything? Read Alan Carr's book on weight loss and bad sugar book. Sorry. Okay, for me, for my weight loss, I'm gonna tell you guys at the end because I'm not weighing myself daily. Because as I always tell you guys, don't worry about the day-to-day weight loss. Hi, Carrie. Maybe 3.5, day 3. Don't worry about the weight loss because there's no way that you're not gonna lose weight by water fasting, and you don't have to obsess over the scale. Don't make this all about weight because typically you're gonna lose about 1/2 pound per day. I bought La Croix today for the first time. Oh my God, felt something more substantial than water. Yeah. Hi, Tara. Yeah, so don't make this journey about weight loss. Don't make it about weight loss. If you make it purely about weight loss, if you gain some weight after, hi, mommy. My mom is here. Ah. Yeah, don't make it about weight loss. If you guys are focusing purely on the number on the scale and you're not looking at the other benefits, like decreasing your insulin overall, it's not going to help you over time if you're just focusing on the weight. Focus on how you feel, focus on the journey, focus on everything else, like the mental clarity. I always tell you guys the same thing over and over. Don't make it all about the weight loss. Because on average, you're gonna lose about 1/2 pound a day with water fasting, and with OMAD, you lose a lot too. But remember that after the water fast, after the refeed, you're gonna put some weight back on, and most of the time, it's like when you have like bowels and you start eating a little bit, and what was I gonna say? Water weight, those things come back. So make sure that you're not expecting that the amount that you lose is the full final amount, because you're gonna gain a little bit back. Maybe what I'll talk about today is refeed, because a lot of people have been asking me questions about refeed, and even though I put increase, yeah, so for Alipio just mentioned that he talks about why you get cold in ketosis. Marwa. What happens is that you get cold, I keep saying this in the other videos too, is that your blood flow is actually being pushed to push your fat, what is it? I forgot. I kind of forgot. I just had a blank. So, okay, yeah. Your blood flow is increasing towards your fat stores in order to push the blood flow to your fat stores to take the fat and move it towards your muscles. My house is not always cold. We don't like turning on the heat that much, but I'm also fasting, that's why. But what happens is that your body is taking the blood flow and increasing blood flow at your fat stores so it could push the fat towards your muscles and use it as fuel. And that's the main reason why you get cold, despite my house being pretty cold anyway. But that's the main reason that you guys get cold when you're fasting. And also just you're like decreasing your insulin maybe, so then it's less insulin in your body in general. So that's one thing. What was I talking about? Refeed. Okay, a lot of people, because I was in a couple group chats and stuff, and some people were telling me that they had a lot of problems. Şimdilik 6. gündeyim sorucumda. So this person's asking me in Turkish. I don't know if they speak English, but I'm on my 6th day of the water fast. So for refeed, I had a couple people tell me that they did a 7-day fast, and these are not people in our group, but just people that I was reading in like other forums like Reddit and stuff. So this person, for example, did a 7-day water fast, and they didn't research anything about refeed. So on the 2nd day of breaking their fast, they went and ate a bunch of pizza and like a burger or something like that. Yeah, so Patricia, I'm doing some exercise. So I've been doing a little bit of like very light weights and some walking sometimes every day. No, has nothing to do with decreased blood. Anyway, so yeah, so what happened is this person did a 7-day water fast, and after that they went and on the 2nd day they had pizza and a bunch of carbs. And I've been telling everybody you can't have carbs after your water fast because you really don't want to increase the insulin that much. Like people are breaking their fasts on fruits, and people are breaking their fasts on that type of sugar, and it's not a good idea because as soon as you spike your insulin after the fast, it's going to have really negative results. So highly recommend staying in ketosis for at least 1 to 2 months after the fast. And I've mentioned this before, that if you guys have already gotten away from your sugar addiction and you've already went through all the withdrawal symptoms and things like that, why would you jump back in and have sugar right away? Like try to stay in keto for at least 1 or 2 months after the fast. It's the least you can do after doing this entire journey and really fasting as long as you can. So that's one thing. Now, second thing, I talked about this, I think in yesterday's live video as well, but don't do carbs and stay with bone broth and green veggies, raw nuts, kimchi, some olives, avocado, oil. Those types of things are good for your first day of fasting. I mentioned this also yesterday. I'm not keto, but I wear my winter hat in her home. Stop. That's my mom. She's trolling me. Guys, my mother is trolling me on the live. Mommy, go away. Leave me alone. I'm talking to my friends. I finished 131 hours, so I break my fast with beef bone broth. 1 hour later, have an avocado. Yeah, so that what you just said, I forgot who wrote that comment, but that's perfect. So bone broth, avocado, olives, kimchi, really, really good stuff. So that's a really good way to break your fast. On the 3rd or 4th day or 4th or 5th day, it's okay to have some meat, incorporate eggs back into your diet, those types of things. My mom says she's from Turkey and now she lives in the North Pole. My mom is distracting me. Mommy, go away because I'm trying to do a live and you're distracting me. For my symptoms today, I haven't felt dizzy at all. I had high energy all day. Oh, there's my doggy. Hey, come here. Come say hi. Oh, there's my doggy. He's tired. Yeah, so I'm not having any symptoms today. Day 6, I'm feeling a lot better than I usually am. For the first 3 days? Okay. He wants to come be a YouTube star also. I'm just kidding. I'm not a star. But yeah. Everybody's distracting me today. My mom, my dog, everybody. But for lazy dudes, I recommend Campbell's Hungry Man and vegetable soup for extended. I know, but okay. If you guys spend so much time coming and doing a fast, then it's not a good idea to break your fast on artificial things. So canned stuff are really processed. The bone broth that you buy in a powder, it's not good. I would just recommend to stick with some bone broth that you can make yourself. I made a video on my YouTube channel. Literally just take some like chicken. So just buy some raw chicken or a full chicken and put it into a pot. If you have an Instant Pot, put it all in there. And you make, if you want, you could put like some carrots or something like that and boil it in the Instant Pot for a while, or put some chicken feet, because chicken feet, people are so scared of chicken feet, but chicken feet, it's like a giant Chinese secret. And a lot of other people, what it does is that it has a lot of collagen in it, and collagen's like natural Botox. Dimitri says stick to natural low carb foods, more unprocessed, close to nature is better. Exactly. So I wouldn't recommend spending this much Hi, Jay. I wouldn't recommend spending this much effort to do all the fasting for the amount of time that you have to do fasting. Yeah, just chicken broth works as well. So just take a chicken, put it in the Instant Pot or put it in your thing. And okay, you guys are really funny today, having a nightmare being chased by giant chicken feet. But yeah, just take it like literally, just take a chicken, put it in boiling water and cook it for like an hour or something like that. Boom, you have bone broth. Or go get some chicken feet, put it in a pot, fill it with water. If you want, put some carrots in there and just eat it. So that's totally fine. Jordan's asking me about black coffee. So black coffee is totally fine. You can drink black coffee if you want. No, just better than bouillon. Black coffee, herbal tea, and I don't have it here, but I actually had a La Croix today, which is the unsweetened sparkling water. There's no sucralose, no aspartame, no artificial sweetener, no natural sweetener. Stay away from all sugars. I've had some people in the group and other groups and Reddit and stuff telling me that they're doing, they're telling me that they're doing sweeteners, whether it's like natural sweeteners or anything else. They're doing that on a daily basis in their coffee and stuff, and it just makes me sad because yeah, there's 0 calories in it, but it's not good for your fast. It's like, I know that a lot of people are doing this just for weight loss, but you have to think beyond that, because if you're just doing this for weight loss, it's going to be a lot harder to stick to it than if you're doing it for health. Because remember, you're decreasing your insulin resistance with the fast. So you are losing some weight. That's a nice side effect, but you're decreasing your insulin resistance, which will make it easier to lose weight in the later on. So actually, I wish I had that excerpt. So I might totally butcher this, but Jason Fung was talking about this analogy where you have a cell, and the cell is like, let's say like a subway train, and then the insulin is the signal that makes the doors open and close for the train. And then the people outside, they're like the glucose. So they're trying to get into the train. So what happens if this train, the cell is completely full, the insulin tells it, okay, open the doors and accept more glucose, but then the glucose tries to go in and it's full. That's basically insulin resistance, if you guys kind of see that picture. So the cell is the train, the insulin is the kind of the indicator that tells it to open the doors of the train, and the glucose is trying to get inside the train, but it cannot go inside because it's already packed. So what happens is that some people, like in the old days, and even in places like Japan, they have pushers that actually push people, like the people packers that pack people into the subway stations. That's what happens. So when you're packing more glucose into the train, they're not going to be very comfortable. So until you get rid of the glucose in the train or in the cell, then you can't accept more glucose, or else you're going to have a problem. So that's what happens with insulin resistance. You have too much glucose in your cells, and you need to get rid of them before you actually accept new ones. So that's why we're fasting, to get rid of those glucose stores and the glycogen stores. What am I saying? And to get rid of the glycogen stores and actually have just a healthier body, and that's when you're going to start to burn fat more easily. So the only answer is not just about losing weight, because when you lose weight, you can yo-yo up and down unless you actually fix the main issue, which is the insulin resistance, which is the main issue for obesity, among other things, right? So that's kind of the things that they talk about in Complete Guide to Fasting and also in the Obesity Code. I hope that analogy helps you guys a little bit. You just have to know, like, if we're eating, feasting all the time, when do we have time for our body to burn the fat stores that we have? Is it normal to have itchy hives? So, Aracelis, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't know if you're Turkish, but what happens is that some people get this thing called keto rash, so they get rashes all over their face. A couple of people asking me to speak Turkish, ama Türkçe konuşursam o zaman başka insanlara konuşamayacağım çünkü onlar hiç Türkçe anlamıyorlar. So I have to speak English. Sorry. Ama belki bir gün Turkish Tuesdays, salı günleri yaparım yine. Sorry. Yeah, so that's kind of what happens. What else did I learn today? I'm trying to teach you guys like new stuff. Do you guys have any questions for me today? There's 42 people on here, and I only have 8 likes. You guys are breaking my heart. Monthly cycle. Any suggestions? So for me, monthly cycle never affects it. and it's usually completely fine when for the women on here who have their periods and stuff. Everybody's asking me if you can do a water fast when you're on your period. Totally fine. Sometimes it actually gets lighter and less painful if you guys have cramps and stuff. Teresa just asked me about dry fasting. I'm pretty anti dry fasting, because if you think about it, there's already so many benefits of water fasting. So what's the point of doing a dry fast when you could get almost all the same benefits of water fasting? It's not worth the extra pain, the extra difficulty, and the extra risk just to do dry fasting. This is different because, as you guys know, I'm Turkish, and in Turkey they have Ramadan for 1 month every year. And during Ramadan, you do the water, you kind of do like a dry fast because you're not consuming anything until iftar, which is the sunset. But at the same time, like, there's no need for dry fasting except in this particular like religious scenario and stuff like that. What's your opinion on Maria Vittoria? She's a faster. I have to look into it. I'm not familiar with that one, so I have to do my research about that. What else do you guys want to... I read dry fasting kills bad bacteria. Well, the thing is, water fasting already does autophagy, and autophagy is when your body is like eating your old skin cell, not your skin cells, I keep saying skin cells, but when your body's eating your old cells, recycling them and regenerating new ones. Patricia's asking me about carnivore diet. So here's funny. I was talking to my dad the other day, and I was telling him about the carnivore diet, telling him I think it's pretty cool. And he actually, coincidentally, was talking about it and researching it as well. And he told, hey, you erased your message. But, sorry, so many people writing in Turkish, and my Turkish is slow. So my dad decided to go out and buy a bunch of meat and came home, and then my mom texted me. She's like, your dad's on some weird diet again. He bought a bunch of meat. So I told her, okay, he's probably doing the carnivore diet, which is like pretty much like 0 carbs. It's like next level from keto. And I really want to try oh, I'm too late. You're not too late, Tiana. Welcome. I really want to try the carnivore diet after my refeed and stuff like that, because I'm really interested in the whole 0 carb things. Inner cell recycling. Well, that's not true. So autophagy is when your body eats its old skin cells. So it cannibalizes the old skin cells. So that's why it says it eats its own its own cells, not skin cells. It eats its own cells, generates new ones, and recycles the old ones. So that's what I mean by eating cells. So that's exactly what autophagy is, when it eats and cannibalizes your old cells. So what happens in this book, they were actually talking about how it kind of forces your old cells that you don't need to kind of like commit suicide, which was like a really weird way for the book to put it. And they said it's very macabre, but it was like a weird little analogy that he gave us. Natija say, welcome from Thailand. Oh, that's a good job. Good job. You're doing so amazing. I want to go for 5 days, only beet broth, and have how many cups a day? So how much water should I drink during water fast? Anxiety and panic attacks during water fasting. I'm doing carnivore diet, but I still eat olives and coconut, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I didn't mean blah, blah, blah. I just try to like skim over it without reading it all. Kendine ben yemeği sevmiyorum dedi. Okay, so my mom's taking care of answering all the Turkish people. How much water to have during a water fast? Don't go so excessively. Just drink when you feel thirsty, and then you'll be okay. In terms of like the anxiety and stress and stuff, your gut will heal, and that will help with the ADHD or anxiety or depression or stress. Another person just said that they take magnesium, which helps you calm down. It kind of makes you sleepy, so I take it at night. Farin says, I feel cold. My feet are cold all the time. What's your recommendation? Yeah, that's why I'm wrapped up in a blanket right now, because I'm freezing as well. There's nothing you can really do about the freezing cold. Just layer up and try to kind of coast through it. Somebody else asked about wanting to do a bone broth fast and how many cups of bone broth to drink every day. It's kind of up to you. I've never done a bone broth fast. I just do bone broth during my refeed. So just kind of do some research and see how you feel. Liz is asking about severe heartburn. So I don't know. Yes. So Teresa's asking about ADHD. When you heal your gut, because apparently all these diseases like depression and, sorry, not diseases, but all these things like depression and anxiety, stress, ADHD, a lot of them are actually due to poor gut health. So when you actually fix your gut through the fasting, it's going to help cure a lot of those things naturally. Not completely, but it helps a little bit. I had another question, severe heartburn. So let's go back to Liz's question. So I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I was talking about apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar allows you to close your esophageal valve. So what you do is that you take the cider vinegar, pull like half and drink it with some water. Usually for your teeth, it's better to drink it with a straw or like one of those recyclable straws, but try that. If you need instant relief, you can try some baking soda in water. Yeah, exactly. So Mini Docs TV says heartburn for apple with ACV with mother and a little bit in water and has some potassium. So that's exactly what I just said. So that's what you got to do. Alipio was talking about bone broth fasting not being like, it's just a calorie reduction. It's not true, because a lot of people in the guide to fasting, like Dr. Fung always talks about, and Dr. Berg talks about this too, that you can, if you want, it's not a water fast, but during your fast, you can do some bone broth in order to kind of make it less painful and less difficult. So he always talks about it. I've never done. Hi, Jeremy, checking in, 2:35. That's awesome. It's okay. One day at a time. Progress is gonna come, weight loss is gonna come, focus on the journey, focus on decreasing your insulin. Going back to bone broth, you can take it. I've never done any bone broth during my water fast. I do it during my refeed. And that's really like something that you guys should try to do all the time. All my in-laws, like half my family at this point is Chinese. Carnivore on mat, initial refeed, day 6, day 7, here I come. Good job, you're doing great. You're gonna go on day 7 now. What was I just talking about, guys? I forgot. Bone broth. Oh yeah, so in general, like half my family at this point has become Chinese. So they haven't become Chinese, but they are Chinese. So all my in-laws are Chinese. And it's like this miracle thing that we never knew about. But I think that's why their skin stays so youthful. And it's because they drink a lot of bone broth and they eat a lot of chicken feet. And chicken feet has a lot of collagen. Pretty much on a daily basis, they drink soup with chicken feet and things like that. So that's a really good way to help with your natural anti-aging, help with your skin, help with your collagen and those types of things. So highly recommend to make it a habit once in a while to start drinking that, and just drink it on a general, sorry, my stomach and throat cannot tolerate. Drink the apple cider vinegar with water for the heartburn feeling. Going back to the bone broth, it's good to drink in a general basis, and that's kind of how you stay youthful and stuff like that. What you can do is just make a batch of, just put a chicken, like I was saying, put a chicken, put some water in it, cook it. You could put a couple carrots in there if you want, and just drink the broth of it. And you can use the chicken for something else, or you can use the chicken later on after your couple days of your refeed. And another thing you could do if you don't feel like making bone broth every day, even though it's pretty easy, you could just boil your chicken feet and take it out, strain it, and put them in these jars. So then you'll be okay like that. And you could put them even like in an ice cube tray and freeze them. So later, if you want to drink them, you can put them in a bowl and drink a little bit every day and just kind of melt them. So those are kind of a couple options that you guys can do. I'm cold. How cold are you guys? My doggy's right here too. What you said earlier about depression made sense, healing the gut, because when I fast, I feel better. Yeah, this guy's like sleeping next to me. But yeah, it's definitely something, that's why I keep telling you guys, there's so many benefits to water fasting, including helping type 2 diabetes if that happens, or helping with, you know, decreasing your insulin, helping with obesity, helping with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, helping prevent cancer. Because what happens on your with your fasting with the autophagy is that it helps you renew those cells, get rid of the old cells, and regenerate new cells. So that kind of gets rid of the kind of naughty cells that are causing some problems later on. So it's good as a preventative way to help with cancer or prevent cancer, which is what I've been told. So that's another reason, among everything, like your skin's gonna get better, your mind is gonna feel clearer, your gut's gonna feel healthier, you're gonna have less of those symptoms of depression and stress and anxiety. And what you guys will notice, guys, is that at some point, you know those times where maybe you started binging on sugar and you kind of went into like a little snowball and were eating too much sugar, those are the times that you actually feel the most depressed. So think about that right now. When you do that, you just get more and more depressed, and then the more you feel depressed, the more you snowball. Have I had my nose running the whole time? That's gross, sorry. But the more you do that, the worse it happens. So you gotta just remember that you have some things that you have to do. So do your fasting, And someone's saying my dog's cute. He'll be happy to hear that. It was his birthday a couple days ago. He is 5 now. He's 5 whole years old. He's a big boy. I lost my train of thought, so you guys are gonna have to ask me some more questions. I'm a little bit sleepy. I think I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy. I've been having a hard time brushing my hair before the lives recently. What else can I tell you guys? What else did I learn? I read some every day. I've been committing to my goal of reading 30 minutes a day, and it's going really well. After this, I'm gonna go do a super lightweight workout. And as you guys know, I always say you don't have to work out on water fast. Just do some light weights if you want, and fasting is life. So Tara's asking me about snake diet. So let me explain to you what snake diet actually is, because a lot of people keep bringing this up in the group. Snake diet is nothing new. Snake diet is just water fasting. And water fasting has been around since the beginning of time. It's been used in almost every culture since the beginning of time for healing or for religious purposes. So remember, snake diet is just a brand. It's just this guy, another YouTuber, that tells you to mix a couple things together, make this juice called snake juice, and drink it. But it's not an actual thing. It's just his brand. It's the same as if I put Fast Forward to Health and told you guys, okay, you have to drink these things and slap on a label on it, and I'll sell it on Amazon and tell you guys, buy the fast juice. So it's not really like, it's not a diet, it's just a brand. So remember, snake diet is just water fasting, and on this channel, I talk about water fasting, but if I really wanted to, I could slap on a label onto like a pre-mixed thing of electrolytes that I tell you guys to take, like the Himalayan salt, the potassium, and the magnesium, and then I could sell it on Amazon and make a ton of money off you guys buying it. But I'm not willing to do that, because you guys can buy some cheap capsules from the drugstore of magnesium and potassium that are gonna cost like $9, $10 each, and then you can just have some Himalayan salt, which is super cheap, and you don't have to make a big mix and drink this like gross mixture every day. I've never done it, but you guys have to realize, like, the snake diet is not a thing. It's just literally water fasting with a guy's name on it, because he decided that it's called the snake diet. So everybody has this misconception that the snake diet is this like amazing cure, but everybody's forgetting that. You can't hear me? Why can't you hear me? Can everybody else hear me? Just Luna can't hear me? But yeah, honestly, that's what the snake diet is. Just this guy, and like, it's cool. I've watched a couple of his videos, but I'm not necessarily the biggest. Everybody can hear me. Luna, I think maybe something's wrong with your phone. Well, 10 people just messaged that they can hear me. Yeah, I mean, he has a different approach. He's a little bit more aggressive than most people. He swears a lot, and I don't know. Okay, there's a fine line between tough love and making people feel like shit, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I support him that much, because I just think that there are different ways to approach him, and I come more from a place of like losing weight because you want to improve your life and become more peaceful, and not, you know, they have, what do you call it? They have the rewards and they have the negative reinforcement. So I feel like what happens, who's selling snake oil? Yeah, he's kind of snake oil, you know, because you could just take salt, potassium, and magnesium, and the magnesium and the potassium are optional anyway. You could do the whole fast with salt. Okay, mommy, no, snake diet? No, oh my God, you guys are getting crazy. My mom's like, I'm not eating snake, but that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I'm not trying to compete with anyone. He has like 150,000 subscribers. I have like 5 subscribers. So you guys can share my videos if you like my videos. And I'm working on one. I was actually filming one that I'm editing really nicely today, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to compete with him in any way, because it's completely different. And like, this guy's been an athlete his whole life, and he just kind of yells at women and men and tells them that they're fat and says all these like degrading things about them. And that's a lot of like, exactly, different strokes for different folks. Like, he gets people from the tough love, negative reinforcement type of thing, and he shames you to death in order to do that. Plus, he talks about these weird things like death fasting and stuff, where you I don't know, you fast and then you sit in a sauna for like 6 hours, and okay, you're gonna lose a ton of water weight, but what's that gonna do for you when you're trying to refeed and get back on plan after and do your own man and stuff? So I don't know. That's kind of my opinion about that. And I'm not trying to throw any shade on anyone because he has like 150,000 subscribers and I have like 2 subscribers. So he's probably obviously doing a way better job than me, but I'm just this like teeny little person trying to educate people. And hopefully one day I'll have like 10,000 subscribers. That would be cute. But the only way to do that is if you guys share my videos and help me. And the only way for me to do that is if I make better videos, because the lives are kind of dinky and I don't think anybody likes watching my lives. But I'm just doing this on a daily basis because it motivates me. But like, watch, when I become like 135 pounds and start taking model photos, let's see how many subscribers I get, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Oh, this is a funny live. I'm just like shading on other people and talking about that. What else do you guys want to talk about? Who else is feeling good? Have 16K. You have 16K subscribers? I didn't know that. I like the lives. We can ask you questions. Yeah, I think it's just more fun to do lives, and it's just easier for me on a daily basis because when I did my first water fasting thing, I was doing my challenge. This was back in like October, I think. Maybe this was the July one. I forgot which one. Yeah, it's from Costco. Yeah, my blanket's from Costco. It's very massive and comfortable. But yeah, I like doing the lives. When I was doing the edited videos, when I was editing videos every single day, I would go to work and work was stressful because I have this like, oh, hi. Okay, well, I can't talk about work anymore because my colleague just signed on. Awkward. Oh, never mind. But yeah, I would come home from work every day and I would come home from work every day and be like super stressed, and then I had to make a video. She says, yes, you can. No, I'm not gonna talk about work. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, I would come home every day and then I had to make these videos to motivate you guys on a daily basis. So I would have to pick a topic, film the topic, educate you guys, and then it was crazy. I had to edit it, do my thumbnail, upload it, do the hashtags, do everything that you need to put every single day. So I would come home from work at like 5:30 or 6, and then after that, I would spend like an hour filming, an hour editing, an hour posting, or even 2-3 hours. So at that point, it would be like 10 p.m. every day, and that's when I kind of gave up on editing videos and I'm just doing lives. My mom says she's feeling great. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was doing this summer. I was pretty tired about it. I know, my orchid, okay, you want to hear a funny story? So I had an orchid that my mother gave me in July for my birthday, and then I killed it after like 4 months. And then, so my mom does OMAD, and she thought OMAD was crazy and fasting was crazy, and everybody thinks the same thing at the beginning. But my mom lost like I think 10 kilograms since this summer doing OMAD, and she fixed her inflammation in her hand by quitting sugar. And sugar in our family is like the hugest thing, so we all are super addicted to sugar. But she totally healed her thumb because she had this like really bad hands, and she fixed it by doing OMAD. And she sometimes does like 36-hour fasts, and then she eats like eggs and avocados and stuff. So she's doing a really good job. Good job, mommy. I'm proud of you. Talking back about my orchid, my mom gave me one for my birthday in July, and I killed it. But I was watering it like every 10 days or every 7 days like you're supposed to with like the ice cubes and stuff. But I don't know. It's crazy because I just bought this new one to replace the old one and pretend I never killed it. But he's dying too, or she's dying. And I don't get it. I think it's because my house is so cold. I think I need to turn up the heat. I'm really upset because my boyfriend's mom comes every day and she goes, make sure you don't kill this orchid too. And I'm like, I won't kill it. But now it's like, you know, I'm killing it. Is it because it's too cold in the house? Is that why? Someone was asking how old my mom is. So my mom's 65, doing OMAD and 36-hour fasts and losing a ton of weight. So if you guys can't do it, if my mom can do it, anyone can do it. So you can do it. And then my dad is doing carnivore. So if you guys thinking that you can't do keto, my dad's doing carnivore. And he's like, whoa, he's turning 60 this year. It's his big birthday. Orchids don't like cold and it's winter. They don't need much water in the winter. Oh, is that why? Ah, is it the heat? Okay. Oh, what do I do? Can I make it come back to life? It's just like the top couple flowers that are shitty. How do you get through sugar cravings? What would you say top 5 benefits of long-term fasting? Okay, top 5 benefits of fasting. I'm reading Alipio's comment. Top 5 benefits of water fasting. Number 1, the autophagy, so helping regenerate new skin cells. Second of all, I would say if you guys have problems with like your breathing and stuff or any type of health problems, it'll help with your health problems. It helps. Mommy. My mom says I buy a new one every month and same color, pretend it's the new one. Okay, back to that. Autophagy, helping with your breathing if you have breathing okay, it's not true. I buy one like every 6 months, okay? Okay, number 1 benefit of water fasting, autophagy, so new skin cells. Why do I keep saying skin cells? Just new cells. Number 2, breathing. If you have breathing issues or any other health problems, it helps with that, like sleep apnea or something, gonna help with that. Number 3, I would say scar tissue healing. So it really helps with kind of making your skin a lot smoother. Stem cell regeneration, yeah, exactly. And number 4, it helps prevent cancer. It helps with high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It helps with heart disease. Dry fasting helps with inflammation. There's too many to name. Number 6, I would talk about healing gut health, which I was saying a couple minutes ago. So when you're healing your gut health, it's helping you because a lot of those things like ADHD, stress, anxiety, and depression are coming from your gut. So I think that was 6 different top things, but those are like the 6 top things that I could think of at this point. Again, some people are asking me about dry fasting, so I am anti-dry fasting, unless it's just for Ramadan. You know, during Ramadan, it's okay because you're only dry fasting during the day, and it's not really a dry fast. It's just because it's Ramadan. But there's no like super additional benefits to dry fasting that you can't get with water fasting. So why make it even more painful? Like, why don't you try to do a 21-day water fast before you start doing like little short dry fasts? Because I just don't see the point. Like, if you want to challenge yourself with something, then why don't you just do a long water fast and stick with that and stick with a refeed afterwards? That's probably a better alternative, in my personal opinion. How do I deal with sugar cravings? Sugar cravings, the more you eat sugar, the more you crave sugar. And what sugar does is that it blocks this hormone in your body, in your brain, and it blocks the hormone. It's either ghrelin or leptin now, I forgot which one, but it blocks that feeling, the hormone that tells you like, hey guys, you're full. So what happens, you eat more sugar, you get more hungry, and that's why you tend to binge and overeat, especially on sugar. So the only way to get rid of sugar cravings is to quit it cold turkey, which I spoke about this a lot on my channel. It was the hardest thing I ever did to quit sugar because you're gonna get tons of withdrawal symptoms at the beginning. You're gonna be like super depressed. You're gonna feel like your life is ending because the most pleasurable thing in your life just disappeared. You're gonna feel like you have these headaches. You're gonna get irritable, all these different things. So you have to just quit it cold turkey, and it's gonna be hard, and you're gonna be miserable and realizing that you would rather die than never eat sugar again. But it's okay, because after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it's gonna start to disappear and you won't crave sugar anymore, and it will help you decrease your insulin resistance, which will in turn help you lose weight and keep it off instead of yo-yoing up and down all the time. Another thing is that when you're doing fasting, since you're kind of forced into ketosis and forced into quitting sugar because you're not consuming anything, that will help you with the sugar cravings, and after a while, you're gonna realize that you're not hungry. Is it okay to have bulletproof coffee along with bone broth the day you break a fast? Bulletproof coffee should be fine. This book was actually talking about a recipe for bulletproof. Maybe I'll give it to you guys. I haven't tried it, but wow, my nose is running. I think I have keto flu. My nose is running and I'm cold. Okay, let's see what this says. This says what you can add to your water: limes, lemons, slices of fruit. Do not eat the fruit or consume the fruit juice. Vinegars like apple cider vinegar, Himalayan salt. I'm not going to read the other things because I disagree. What you can add to your coffee. So after the fast, you can add MCT oil, butter, ghee, coconut oil, heavy whipping cream, half and half. ground cinnamon for flavor. It says try to avoid skim milks, whole milk is better, powdered dairy products, and natural artificial sweeteners, you can avoid those. And then for herbal tea, has butter and oil, no good for, yeah, butter, like, no, but she was talking about bulletproof coffee to break her fast, not during fasting. So when you're breaking your fast, it's okay. It was talking about herbal tea, so green tea, cinnamon chai tea, peppermint tea, bitter melon tea, black tea, and oolong tea. And it says you can consume unlimited herbal tea during your fasting, which will help suppress your appetite, lower your blood sugar levels, and are otherwise beneficial. It says green tea is a good appetite suppressant. Cinnamon chai tea can help lower blood sugar levels. I don't know, is this like plagiarism if I'm reading this? I don't know. Anyway, it's this book by Jason Fung, so now I'm protected. Can help lower blood sugar levels, great for suppressing cravings for sweet foods. That's cinnamon chai tea. Peppermint tea is a good appetite suppressant, good for alleviating GI discomfort such as gas and bloating. Bitter melon tea can help lower blood sugar levels, so can black tea, and so can oolong tea. So that's what it says there. Then it has a bunch of fasting protocols. This book is cool. I link it all the time. Yeah, bulletproof coffee. Bone broth. Yeah, okay, so you know what I was saying about preparing your bone broth and putting it in a mason jar? Like, just put it in a mason jar and you could freeze it and eat it later. Or you could put it in like an ice cube tray and put it in there and eat it later. So that's kind of all I have to talk about today. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are doing your day 6 check-in. And let me know how it's going in the comments once I post the video. And I have 25 likes and there's 36 of you on here, so I expect a like from every single one of you guys. But, oh, now there's 37, so now I get an extra like. Oh, that person's gone. You guys suck. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Okay, anyway, let me know in the comments how it's going, how your water fast is going, how your OMAD is going, how you're feeling, if you're feeling the mental clarity yet, if you have any other symptoms aside from just being super freezing or having some sugar cravings. Oops, sorry, guys. So I will see. Oh, look, my likes just went up. Thank you, guys. I love you. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video now and I'll come back for the day 7 check-in tomorrow. So day 7 is like the new milestone because we already hit day 5 yesterday. The next one's day 7. The next checkpoint's gonna be day 10, day 14, day 21, and let's see if we can go till 31, which it's hard for me because I have a Chinese New Year celebration probably on the 24th of January. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna keep going or if I'm gonna have some bone broth that day and stop, or anyway, I'll keep you guys posted about how that goes. But I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in all the time. And please make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And it really means a lot when you guys send my videos to people and share my channel with people, because I'm trying to grow my channel to like 10K subscribers, which is gonna be like super hard. But if you guys can help me with that and help spread awareness, that would be awesome. So I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Okay, bye.